After 4 years of college, hundreds of homework assignments, and who knows how many group projects, I've come to realize that the most important things that I've learned have actually been from outside the classroom. So today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about lessons that I learned throughout college that weren't taught by my professor, but I learned outside the classroom because while you're in college, your education is an amazing resource, but even better is all the other things that you learn along the way. And the first one is probably the hardest one to wrap your head around, especially when you first settle into college, and it's that no one has it all figured out, right? You're gonna meet people who sound like they're like locked in, they have all their things together. Those freshman year when you meet these people who are vow in their high school, who have these big goals, who want to intern at Google, work at the top seven, the Mag Seven, whatever, it could sound scary and it sometimes makes you feel like you're not doing enough or that you haven't been doing enough. But even if they sound like they have all everything figured out, reality is they don't. Like there's no guarantee that everything will go according to plan. And that's what life's about. It's about doing the best you can with what you have, right? These people who you might think you should compare yourself to have a different set of cards in their deck. Their family comes from different values, or they may have come from a wealthy family or like a poor family. So you can't use that to accurately reflect into your own life what you should be doing or how far ahead you should be. And it's okay to realize that you might have colleagues who are way ahead of you or colleagues who are way behind you. But at the end of the day, it's all about figuring it out one step at a time. And no one's going to have it all figured out. Maybe you have someone who you think is doing so much better than you in everything. But in reality, this person looks up to you because you're better at socializing, you're better at making friendships, right? There's different ways of making progress in life, and it's not going to be the same. So you shouldn't compare yourself to others because even adults, your siblings, your parents, they don't have everything figured out. Life is full of uncertainty, and that's where the growth happens when you're uncertain. So when you have an opportunity where you're not sure what you should do, look forward to it and embrace it. Next one, your network is more important than your GPA. Same thing in high school, right? We were so, at least for me, my high school was really focused on getting into the top 10 so we could go to UT and maintaining really good GPAs. Same thing in college. We have students who are really obsessed with their GPAs, but at the end of the day, who you know matters a lot more, right? Grades could get you into grad school, but having connections can get you into ideal positions. These connections that you build through college will open doors for you in the future. You don't know how you and Joey, who you met freshman year in your first class, how that might grow 10 years from now when you guys either both have your own companies and need each other's help or something like that. Or who knows, maybe the classmates that you used to study with, they could be a CEO at a major company you want to work for, or they could even refer you to your job, right? So what's really important here is to step out of your comfort zone and go talk to people, go to events, go to functions. Don't be afraid to even go out. You know, it's super important to use this time where you're at university with a bunch of people your age to go out and meet these people because this network that you build now will carry you throughout the future, right? This doesn't have to just be your fellow students, right? You could even network with your professors, your TAs, club members, whatever. Just go out, be social, meet new people, and learn something. I've found that you learn more from other people than you do from reading textbooks, right? Number three is that personal finance is everything. And this is especially true because in college you're building your financial habits, whether you want to go out and spend money every weekend or whether you want to save this money that you work hard for, maybe you have a part-time job and invest it for a better future tomorrow, right? And being someone who had to immigrate to this country, this is like one of the biggest things I wanted to make sure I was educated on is how to manage your money. We're not taught this, right? It's up to you to seek this financial knowledge so you know how to budget, save, and invest. Because these are super important life skills that are either going to carry you through life and build your wealth so one day you can retire carefree, or if you don't learn these, you're going to be burdened. Your life is going to be hard. You get to choose your hard. Either learn your personal finance now or pay for it later when you're in debt and have to get out of that situation, right? Personally, for me, learning personal finance has helped me a lot. I keep track of my credit scores, my monthly budgeting, my total net worth, how much I invest. it's a super useful habit to have. And I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 people, if you ask them where they spent their last $500 to $600, they wouldn't even know because no one tracks their money, and it's a super important skill. Money isn't something you just want to let leave your life. You want to hold on to it, right? And again, money isn't everything, and money doesn't buy happiness, but money can get you your freedom, so you don't have to work anymore, and that itself can bring you happiness. The next lesson is that, like I mentioned, learning happens outside the classroom, right? I have probably honestly learned more outside of going to class than actually being in class. This is just because I like watching a YouTube video. This year I've been really into taking care of my car. Sure, it was initially to save myself money so I don't have to go to a mechanic to get something simple like a fluid change done, maybe my brake fluids or my coolant or my freaking transmission fluid. All of these things, I started researching it on YouTube, right? And throughout this process, not only was I able to save myself this money instead of giving it to someone to do the same service, I was also able to learn how to handle my car, how to take better care of it, and I learned so many other things about my car. It's the same thing when it comes to anything in college, right? By being out and about and being exposed to new information, whether it's through your classmates, your friends, or even YouTube, that's when you can actually learn. Because there's something different about you choosing to learn and having to learn because you're taking a class. When you make the choice to learn something because of your own interest or you have a goal aligned with it, it's going to stick with you more, right? And this is the resilience that life's about. It's about seeking these answers and learning, right? It's about chasing what you have passion in and learning about it on your own free will, not having to get forced to do something because you have a homework assignment due every Friday at 5 p.m. This is where you do something and you learn about things because you want to learn about it, right? Next one, and this one's probably the most important one, is that who you are matters more than what you do, right? When your time is here and your time has come to go, people are gonna remember you for what values you stood behind and who you were as a person. They're not gonna remember where you interned at, what club you were president of, if you're an honor student or a Dell scholar or something. All these titles that we might have in the moment that look good on our resumes, they all fade. But what will always stick with the people you've touched in your life with your personality is who you were as a person, right? I can confidently say that my friends will always remember me because I was always a positive influence on them and I try to always uplift them. I try to get them out of their holes and push them to do things that better themselves, right? And this is where the day-to-day actions when no one is looking add up and they make up who you are. Your values, your habits, your mindset. These are all things that come together to form not only who you are now, but who you will be in your future. Because your actions now are directly correlated with your future 5 years from now, right? And then another thing about being yourself is to stop caring about what others think. And this one took me some time to overcome myself, but there's two pieces of advice that I heard that really stuck with me. And one is if you wouldn't want to live the life that someone is living, you should not be taking advice with them from them, right? And this is super realistic because let's say you have your middle school teacher who is working what, maybe making 60K a year and they're like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that." Like they are limiting your dreams and they're guiding you in the direction what they think is right when you want something totally different than what they have or something way further like a bigger goal that you have to achieve. And this doesn't just apply to your friends, it applies to your family, right? I have my siblings who would come up to me and tell me I think you should do this and that, and I appreciate them for telling me their opinion because I know it's with their best interest, but I'm not always going to have to agree and accept what they think I should do because it is my own life and I don't want to necessarily end up in the life that they're living. I want a better life for myself. And I'll have to go and carve that out myself. This is why I'll make my own decisions, even though I value their opinions. And the second one is that regardless of what you do, whether you behave as others want you to or you do your own thing, people are going to talk about you, right? people always have something to say because people love to talk smack. So if people are going to talk smack regardless, you might as well live the life that you enjoy and live your life to the fullest. Because not only are you worried about what others are going to think, but you're not even enjoying yourself, right? If others are going to critique you regardless of what you do, you should let that happen behind you and ignore it. Embrace the life that you have because we're only here once. So you should live it to the fullest because you'll never get this chance again, right? And this all being said, my college degree is infinitely valuable, but these are just some lessons that will always stick with me. And I constantly talk to my friends about this and so much more. And I think the most important thing for people transitioning, whether you're graduating high school, graduating college, or changing jobs or moving somewhere new, the most important thing for people going through change in their life is to keep growing and stay hungry, right? The knowledge out there in the world is infinite, and it's up to you to go out there, pursue it, and make your life better, right? You have the power of choice, so choose your hard. Either you choose the hard now or you face it later down the road. Yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching. Take care. Have a great day.